Hello, welcome back to the Transform YouTube channel. My name is Nick. I'm one of the senior designers here at Transform, and today we're going to look at the best and worst rebrands of 2023. Let's have a look. I'm just having a little scroll for the first time here to see what ones we've got. So first up is Pepsi. Now, I love Pepsi. It's a classic look. They're all one, and they do tend to reinvent themselves every few years, and that's always nice to see. Have some of the most classic branding around, really. And this time they've gone kind of a retro thing, which is nice to see because I think too many things are getting oversimplified, so it's nice to see a little callback to some of the old stuff. It's kind of 80s, darker palette. Yeah, love it. Right, I need a score system. Let's say 4 out of 5 pen tools. Next up is Nokia, or Nokia. I don't really know which one to say. I always hear Americans say it, Nokia. And I'm like, is that the right one? Or is it Nokia? I mean, it's Swedish, isn't it? I think it's gotta be Nokia. Right, Nokia. Anyways, back to their rebrand. They had a fairly timeless look, to be honest. It was very classic, a little 90s, their old one. The new one is a vast departure, and that N, that's a choice. Overall, I'm kind of vibing it, if I'm honest. Apparently, they're going into now more B2B sort of things, so I can see that flying with some B2B audiences, although, yeah, man, that N. Yeah, that N is a thing. You know, as designers, sometimes when you put up things in a meeting for a client to approve, sometimes you kind of go, oh, here's this one that we really like, and here's this one that we really like, and here's the wild card that, you know, you don't have to look at. But anyways, look at these two. And the client goes, oh, let's have a look at that wild card. I think this is what may have been what happened. I don't know. But anyways, 3 out of 5 pen tools. Oh, the temptation to not eat that donut right now is so high. The problem is, I mean, who cares about continuity in a YouTube video? Does anyone care? Can I eat a bite? Is that possible? Can I eat? Yeah, fuck it. Definitely wasn't as good as I was hoping it was going to be. It's a bit dry. Next, we have Fanta. I don't know what's with all the soft drink rebrands this year. Now, their new one, I'm not going to lie, I'm not 100% sure about this. I love the old one so much. The old one's so good. You got the curly font, got the orange behind it. You know, by itself, I don't think it's like that provocative compared to the old one, but I have seen a picture where all of the cans are lined up with the new colors. I suppose they wanted more brand visibility on a can shelf. So yeah, I'm not loving it. I really love the old one. So 2 out of 5 pen tools. Sorry guys. Ooh, moving into the lovely world of banking. We got Nationwide. To be honest, probably due a rebrand. I think their logo was the same when I was a kid. For those American people that are watching, Nationwide is a bank in the UK, but I think it's majoritively deals with mortgages and stuff. So that new logo, obviously incorporating the house, I quite like that. I'm not 100% on the font. It kind of looks like they're not matching. That might just be my opinion, though, to be fair. Yeah. I think, again, this looks like the kind of thing, and this is me not attacking the designer or the design team that worked on this. What can happen in, especially large corporate rebrands, you know, stakeholder opinions can get mixed in with the design process. So then you end up kind of compromising across the board. So this may have been a case of that. It could not be, and it's kind of exactly what they're going for. For my personal opinion, I'm not super vibing the font, but I will give it 3 out of 5 pen tools. Ooh, the big one. Oh, it's the big one. The one everyone's talking about. You're talking about it. You're talking about it right over here, aren't you? You're talking about it. Twitter, or X. Wow, yeah. I mean, this is a bit of a mental one, really. For those that don't know the story, PayPal, before it was PayPal, was originally X. And then it was called something else, like Clipanair or something stupid like that. And then it was PayPal, and then obviously Elon Musk sold that. And there's obviously, I don't know whether he got an email from GoDaddy saying that his domain renewal was due, and then was like, oh shit, I've got to use it for something. I've got to go buy Twitter. Yeah, I mean, as a designer, it's, you know, as someone that works in both marketing and design, it's really hard to see someone throw away such brand identity as Twitter had. Twitter, probably one of the most recognizable logos. I mean, it also had a verb, connected to it, which is like a marketer's wet dream, you know, to tweet something. Now you X something. Oh, that sounds, I don't like the way that sounds. Hey, I've just X'd you. And obviously he hasn't even done any logo work. There's been no like brand identification or expansion, you know. Yeah, he's just taken an existing glyph that already works and just changed the logo. Does anyone know what the copyright laws are on this? Because that doesn't look like it should be a thing. But maybe it's open source, I don't know. It's maybe one of those things that in sort of 5, maybe 10 years time, it becomes as popular and as a brand as Twitter was, and you know, maybe I'll sit here and eat my own words, but at the moment, I don't think it's strong. At least not without any more brand work, but you know, Elon's crazy, so who knows. So Twitter to X, you guys get, sorry, 0 out of 5 pencils. Man, it's the Twitter logo, man. It's the Twitter logo. Why'd you get rid of it? Sorry, but So here's an interesting one. So we've got the FIFA franchise, for those that love playing football video games. I suck at FIFA. I suck so hard at FIFA. Anyways, so they've changed it now to EA Sports FC. And first of all, the name's horrible. Let's just get that out of the way. That was the best. That was out of all the meetings that came for that. That was the best. EA Sports FC. You know, kind of the thing about FIFA was people would say, you know, do you want to play FIFA and do you want to do this? You know, have you played the FIFA? Have you seen the latest FIFA? There was a kind of, you know, it was short, snappy. There was a kind of thing to that. The new one is kind of EA Sports FC. It's a bit long. It doesn't really flow out your mouth as much. I've got a feeling people will still probably call it FIFA for a good number of years. The logo's fine. It's not. It is. You know, it's the triangle. It's cool. Sharp. Kind of high energy. Yeah. It's just, you know, I think it's the name. I think the name lets it down. So I'm going to, because of the name, I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 pen tools. And finally, we have Johnson & Johnson's. I've got to say, I used to love their old one. The squiggly font, very identifiable across the thing. And now, gosh, that is, you know, if you opened up the page in the book for pharmaceutical company, like generic logo, like, you know, or put into Mid-Journey, like, can I have a pharmaceutical logo, very generic. In fact, the most generic thing I've ever seen, please. Yeah, that's horrible. I'm not super into minimalism, generally speaking, with logos. I think, you know, there's always space to add flair and a little bit, you know, I think the over flattening of things over the past, I suppose, 15 years or so now is getting a bit much now. I think we're kind of overdue for a correction at this point, but Johnson & Johnson, you get 1. You get 1 out of 5 pen tools. Sorry. So that's it. That's this year's rebrands, highs and lows all around. I'm gonna give it to Pepsi. I think is the best one on this particular list. But what was your favourite? What do you think? Do you think I was fair on my scores, or do you think I was being a bit unfair? What was your favourites? Did I miss any? I'd love to see your comments below, and stay tuned for the next one.